There's a common meme going around that states that when a man wants a woman, his woman, to give him peace, and he tells her all he wants is peace, what he really means is, I want you to leave me to continue doing the things I'm doing without accountability. Do not make me take responsibility for anything harmful that I do. And that meme is true and relevant to me right now, guys. In August, when I said that I started praying for God to show me the evidence of this unfaithfulness that I believed was happening. And so I went to ask. I asked, like, what's up with this? Why do you have other women's travel documents with you? Why did the woman travel with you? Why do you have hotel accommodation with, for 2 people and 5 suitcases? What's up with that? The answer came. Everything that I've ever told you, you just turn it back on me. So I'm not even going to bother giving you information. I said, okay. And then he said, why are you bothering me anyway? I'm just lying out here, lying in the sun, and you just come out of the blue and just disturb me. I want peace. I just want peace. My heart was so mournful, so sad when I said, it's because you're acting the same way you acted after I found out that you'd been unfaithful with that woman. The response, typical narcissistic gaslighting response. This is August last year, 2025 was. There we go. See, you're just always living in the past. You can't let go of the past. How am I meant to live with you always just thinking about and talking about the past? Always, always. And I said, okay, when was the last time I ever mentioned you and that woman? Then there was silence. There's like, okay, well, it's not always, but. And I was like, I'm asking you because the way you're acting is very hurtful. It's not making you a good father and not making you a good husband. It's very painful. Then I left. That's when I started praying. That's the day I started praying. And voila, what do you know? October. It turns out I'm not the one who was living in the past. He was, like a dog going back to its vomit. 2 Peter 3, somewhere there. Just read it. That is it. Well without water, like a dog going to its vomit. He had indeed gone back to his past, found a new supply to supply my lack of constant and consistent admiration for everything that is done, whether it's good or not, whether it matches what he was preaching all these years or not. I failed. My duty was to ignore the lies and focus on the few truths and, build up the ego, keep flattering. That is the job of a wife when you're a narcissist as a husband, for your wife to keep flattering you, not your wife to expect you to grow. But that's not what happens. You're still meant to be the boy you were when she married you. I was wrong. Oops. So yes, it's true. When they want peace, they just don't want you to remind them that what you're doing might actually really be wrong. They don't want that reminder. And to just show the sheer scale of the lack of shame, lack of embarrassment, as I said, my children's reports, assessments, psychological assessments, educational assessments were sent to this woman, which I had emailed him, and he never responded to them, reacted, acknowledged receipt even. So after I found out, I would send links of special schools that I'm considering. And I'd say, please don't discuss this with your woman. And he didn't reply my email. I sent it again, and he said, I'm not going to engage with you while you're making snide comments like that. Psychological and emotional abuse are rampant in the male leaders of our church. Why should I not be asking that my information that I am sending for my children not be sent when it has been sent all along and there was no apology, no acknowledgement that this was privileged information. Oh, my word. And they still feel sorry for him.